Lil Boosie confessed to being in the same parking garage as Duke093 when he seen him walk into his car and get hit up when the dudes jumped out the truck. To figure out the more details, make sure you stay tuned for the whole video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like this video, and let's get right into it. And so when Boosie was asked the next question about his cousin, he said that him and his cousin, he don't know why everybody talking about it, because him and his cousin didn't have anything to do with it. And so now that's what he's saying, but people over here, over there, or whatever are saying that maybe it could have been somebody that could have been around Boosie or that Boosie knows. But either way, a lot of people are saying now in the comment section that Boosie at least had known about this or knew that there was some type of play in motion. But either way, the fact that they had Duke park in a specific parking spot was what really had put the play into the green light, because he had to be in a specific part where nobody was going to see anything, nobody was going to say anything, and nobody was going to do anything back to them, and that they were able to drive away clean and scot-free. And now a lot of things that people are saying is that dudes pulled up in a truck and that Duke was also driving a truck. So they try to make it look like it was two truck people having a feud or something like that. And so they knew that if Duke pulled up in a truck, that they got to pull up in a truck, because it's going to make it seem like something different, or that it could be different people, or maybe that these two guys with the trucks know each other and maybe that's why they're getting into it, or who knows. But the whole thing is that they had pulled up in the truck and Duke was in the truck, and they got back in the truck and skirted off with everything in the Louis bags, everything with the diamonds, the chains, the gold, the jewelry, the money, the $600K from the dice game. So what you guys got to understand is that this whole thing was some certain type of pre-planned thing, because the guys that pulled up in the truck didn't just randomly see the guy and then decide to stop and pull over or whatever. Nope, that's not what happened. These guys already knew that they were going to make a move, because they had the ski mask and everything on already. They were already strapped up, and basically they already were coming and riding through knowing that they was about to do something, because somebody had said and put them on to that whole play. Somebody had put him on to the fact that Duke had this, had that. And so that's how they went and ran that play. But they were a little sloppy with it, because they basically got caught up on the cameras, on the CCTV, because there's only one way to get in and get out of the whole place. And they ended up going through the whole entire little gate that opens up the arm. You're supposed to scan your ticket and the arm goes up, and then they're supposed to drive through. But what happened is that when the person in front of them scanned their ticket and they got to exit out of the parking garage, they quickly sped the truck up and got through the gate before the arm went down. And so that's how they were able to actually get away and go on a high speed, but without nobody chasing them. So y'all got to understand, by this time they're probably far away now, and they probably dumped the car. So now they're looking for the truck, they're looking for the car, trying to figure out if it's in a ditch somewhere or if somebody set it on fire under the bridge. They don't really know, but they're keeping eyes out on everything. They looking back and trying to figure out if they left anything behind, if like a receipt or a piece of paper fell out the car, or if like maybe they tossed something out the door or window before. But they trying to reverse everything and basically find anything that they can. But that's the update that they said. But now everybody's talking about how they know that this could have been a back door, or this could have been a setup, and that at least Boosie had to have known that there was some type of play, and that's why he went quickly to his car instead of going to Duke to try to get the piece that Duke was going to give to him. So whatever deal they had about getting the piece and this and that turned into basically that whole situation where the way you look at it, it has setup written all over it. It don't, no matter who did it and whatnot, who was there, who was around. Why was Duke at that concert for Boosie? Who else was at that concert? Boosie's people. Who was at the dice game? Boosie's people. So it's like they're going to review the footage and see like who exactly is the people, right? They're going to get the CCTV, because that they're going to have the CCTV footage inside the parking lots. Like that same hallway you got to leave to get to the exit door of the whole venue, it has cameras in it, man. This is an entire like stadium. Like they play like they play professional sports in here. They got cameras, they got everything. And so they know exactly who did it. They know what happened and everything like that. And so they really just, slowly get into it because the people, they didn't get caught or nothing. So they still got to go out and look for them. So what they're doing probably is like, they're not going to tell everybody on the news who the person is that they're looking for. They just know that, they got into this black car, and then they gonna go to the camera down the street and see if the black car passed by that camera. If it did, they're gonna get the plates for it, and they could literally search up into their system the plates and see who it belonged to. Now, if it came back as a rental or something like that, they're gonna try to figure out who rented it and da-da-da, right? But the thing is that every time the car drives by a camera, the people who's looking for them, they're going to be able to look at that. If they're good enough, they're going to be able to get the camera footage, review it, see if the car passed by, and just keep going until you see where they came from, like originally, like what driveway was the car in at first. You could literally like go neighborhood to neighborhood, turn by turn from where the car went or came from, and you could find out kind of what neighborhood it started in, or what neighborhood it ended up going into. So, and then they have to go, after that, they got to go onto the street and kind of actually see, if they notice the car out there. Maybe if they notice somebody has seen the car or whatnot. So that's basically how they actually try to figure out the car part. And because that's going to lead them to somewhere. Like you're going to get, maybe they stopped at a gas station or something like that right before coming to the Boosie concert to hit up Duke. And maybe at that gas station, they got their face on the camera. And so when they go back and reverse all the footage and see what stops did that black car make before coming to the Duke concert, before the Boosie concert and the Duke situation, then they're going to say anywhere they stopped, there's probably cameras there. So they're going to go and literally try to reverse and backtrack the footage and look at the location where the car went. And then they're going to look at the cameras of the stores that they went to, and they're going to be like, boom, there the guys are. They're waiting in line right there with their face showing. And that's how people get caught, because people out here is really dumb, man. Like, people don't know anything at all. They only know what they've experienced in life. They don't actually know any new information unless somebody comes along and tries to put them on, right? So a lot of people, they don't be thinking for themselves. They be caught up in, they like feeling good. They want to feel good all the time. So they caught up in their feelings. And so what happens is that they lack in other parts. Like they lack knowledge. They lack knowing how to do grown people stuff. And so this is another case, because these guys are going to get caught slipping, because we can't imagine them to be any kind of genius type of criminals. So what you got to understand is that a lot of these people, the way they reckless behavior is, they slipped up somewhere. They probably left a fingerprint somewhere. They probably left evidence somewhere. They probably looked right at a camera and got their face already caught. Like, so you see how none of that lifestyle that they trying to portray and all that, it ain't worth it. This is exactly how it ends up. So you either going to be on the side like what happened to Duke, or you're going to be on the side like Boosie, or you're going to be on the side like the people who actually going to be the fall guys for this. So look, subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment down below, and I'm going to catch you guys on the next one.